Welcome back to Sorry If I Spit When I Speak. After a stellar 2015 campaign that ended in unfortunate fashion, Andy Dalton is healthy and ready to get back in the MVP conversation. With Hugh Jackson out of the picture and Ken Zampese taking the reins, now more than ever the offense will be tailor-made to Dalton's strengths and his ability to recognize coverages and adjust at the line. So, I predict that not only will Andy Dalton not revert to his 2014 form, but he'll be even better than he was in 2015.
I don't know. Jordan, you buying this? I mean, look, there's a lot to consider here, man. Like back then in 14, he's without some of his most important targets. We had a top-notch receiver, what was his name when you leave the Bengals?
Marvin Jones, you mean, maybe?
Yeah. Whatever his name was, he was gone then. And he's gone for good now. And then Tyler Eifert, the second best receiving tight end in the game. He missed all of that season. He could miss this year as well. AJ Green banged his knee. I don't even know what that means. 8-year-olds, I thought, are the people who bang their knees. And then finally, the guy they picked up in free agency to be our number 2 receiver, Brandon LaFleur, is trying to play through a ligament tear in his hand while I admire the tough guy approach that. It's a little like trying to hold it in when you have a lot of gas. It never ends well. You end up running out of the room, letting these little farts as you go.
Yeah.
I actually completely agree with Daddy-O. Because one thing that I think is very important to the pass game is actually the pass protection game. And from what I've seen in the preseason, I've been extremely ecstatic about the offensive line. Not only the protection in the pass game, but the holes that they've been opening up in the run game. And because of that, opening up the run is going to completely disintegrate the pass protection from the other defense. So if he has the ability to pick that apart with the new rookie wide receivers coming in, it could be one hell of a year for Andy Dalton.
But do we really have that running game down? I mean, who is that runner that's going to win? I mean, someone's got to run. Who do we got?
That is where the hope that Jeremy Hill can bounce back can. And I can completely agree with you if you do not think that he can. But from what I've seen in this run blocking, I think that, I think he's definitely a good enough running back to be a threat to other teams.
Okay, let's presume that what you're saying is true. Now, what about the offensive linemen that are injured? I mean, what about that? What do you do with all these? You get these defensive linemen. They are injured. Yes. Now, what do we do?
I think that even versus the Jaguars, when the preseason week 3, we still looked impressive, and that was without a Cedric Ogbuehi and a Jake Fisher. So even when those two come back, it'll be even better.
Okay, and Ogbuehi's toe injury. What do you do about the toe injury? It's his toe is hurt. How can you play with a broken toe, a hurt toe?
Yeah, but that's where I think that we're just going to have to wait until the upcoming weeks to see if he gets back. But other than that, I think that we're solid even without him being in the roster.
Yeah, let's hope so. I hope Ogbuehi does good. Dad just keeps sending me these notes. You're saying his name wrong. But
I always thought it was Ogbuehi.
Isn't it Ogbuehi?
I'm sure however Jordan is saying it is more correct.
What about the time? Okay, Jordan, what about the timing? Dalton's timing, it's way off. It's like it's honestly it's like the clock that I use for my baking, my little baking set that I have. Everything gets burned, right?
Yeah.
The Dalton in the preseason, he's been dinking and he's been dunking, and it's not like Kobe. It's not like Kobe Bryant. He's been throwing too high, too green, to Uzuma. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem to be the same magic potion that he had last year. He had the potion and the lotion. He was in the ocean.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do not think that he's looked that impressive this preseason. But if you think about it, he's still getting the stats done. At least from, all the screen passes and all that. So just imagine what he can do if he actually has the potion, so to say.
In the ocean with the lotion. Now, but no, I'm reading between the lines of what Jordan's saying. He's saying that that offensive line looks good, the running game looks good, everything is set up, all the team is set up for a good thing, but Dalton isn't doing that great. I want you to realize, Jordan, you're saying something very controversial. It seems you are indicating that we should start McCarron. That's a quarterback controversy, and we will have none of that. I don't know if you know that I've taken a lot of heat for that. I don't want to bring you into my burning hot, jacuzzi here. The McCarron jacuzzi, because when you say something like that, Jordan, it has consequences. These Bengals fanboy guys, they get on your case, they keep emailing you nasty emails.
I don't think that's what Jordan is saying.
I heard him loud and clear. He said the team looks good, and then the quarterback, he doesn't look as good.
No, Dalton might have a little bit of rust, but he's saying with the blocking we're getting, there's nothing to be worried about. And you got to remember, there's a lot of Dalton or McCarron. There's a lot of new weapons that there's gonna be a growing pains. But I gotta say, however you spin it, whether Dalton puts up big stats again like last year, or if he's more of a game manager, let's say more short passing game, picking up the third downs, about that kind of stuff, I think he's going to have a huge year, and I think he's going to be fabulous, folks.
I agree.
And speaking of spinning, tchip.com currently has a special offer on a shirt that any serious Bengals fan needs to own. I'm talking about this Dalton Green 2016 Make Cincy Great Again t-shirt.
Whoa, Daddy, you know that what that shirt is referencing, right? I mean, you know what it says.
Yeah. It says we're going to win, and we're going to win and win and win until we get sick of winning.
Wait, Daddy, you know that kind of talking and the make great again. That's Trump, man.
I know what you. Okay, you don't think the Bengals can win at all. I get it, but I like thinking big. I always have. To me, it's very simple, Hoji. If you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. Most people think small because most people are afraid of success, afraid of making decisions, afraid of winning.
Daddy, that's a direct quote from The Art of the Deal, man. This media is covering Trump, they're over-covering Trump, and you've been brainwashed, man. You're quoting Trump and you don't even realize it. Don't you get it?
I don't know what you're talking about, but speaking of deals, Hoji, this shirt is a great deal, which will really help team morale, because you can dream great dreams, Hoji, but they'll never amount to much if you can't turn them into reality at a reasonable cost.
Daddy, you cannot be serious. That too was a line from The Art of the Deal. Daddy, I don't know if you and I can be friends anymore, man. You know that this is something I'm very believing.
Hoji, come on, we've been bandmates and friends for decades, man. You always said I was your favorite lyricist. Remember? You said I know it's because I know words. I know the best words. Remember?
Oh my gosh. What's happened to you? Tommy, we gotta cut to a break, man. I'm sorry. Jordan, I apologize, but I'm gonna try some Simon and Garfunkel therapy on this guy, see if it works.
Alright, we'll be back with our season predictions in the final segment of our season preview.